Hello, my last video was my trip to Florida to the Lakeland Classic VW 2024 Volkswagen show. It was really a great meetup. I really enjoyed it. It was the first time I ever went to one, and I'm looking forward to going to many more in the future. I live in northeastern Pennsylvania in the Scranton area, and I was wondering if any of you guys know of any within a couple hours from northeastern Pennsylvania this spring and summer. Please let me know in the comments, because I would love to see some more in this area. Florida's quite a trip to make, but there's a lot of them in Florida. If I was in Florida, you could almost go every weekend. But yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could send me a little comment with what area and the dates they're in Pennsylvania. And at the end of this video, there's a little bonus of a few still shots taken at the biggest scrapyard that I know of. They've been getting a lot of video time in Pennsylvania, and it's something to see. I was there with my friend yesterday, and I didn't have my camera, so I didn't take any video, but he took a few snapshots and he gave them to me to share with you. So those bonus shots will be at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed them. It's really something to see. There's hundreds of bugs there, and there's a Volkswagen truck, there's a kick cars, there's a little bit of everything there. So hope you enjoy and stick around to see it at the end of the clip. I'm going to try to describe this to the best of my ability, but this is the idler arm bracket, and this was the old bushing, which goes in this way, and this was the old bolt, shoulder bolt. And I don't have a big press, so what I did was, in my vise, I have a large vise, I pressed out the bolt. And then I took a hacksaw apart and I cut a groove, not into the holder, but I cut a groove 95% through the bushing from one end to the other. Then I was able to put a punch in it and knock it out with another punch. And it came out beautiful, and the inside of the part is fine. There's no damage, no out around this problem, no problem. So today I'm going to put the new one back in, the new bushing, and I'm going to put this back together. This has a lot to do with Volkswagen shimmy if it's worn out, and mine was worn out. So here we go. I'll show you my vise that I use as I'm putting it together, and I'm going to press it in with the vise. I like to center it in the vise, then it'll get exactly what it needs to get it rolling in there. It's going to be a little tough, so I'm going to put you on the side, and I'll try to turn the vise so you can see what's happening. Okay, that'll do, I think. It's not going in easy, that's for sure. I could see myself looking for a used press in the future. How to put a socket in to continue to push. try to learn something from everything I do. Well, I wouldn't suggest anybody do it that way because it's very hard. Get yourself a press, go to a local garage and let them press that bushing in for you. Don't beat yourself up. Okay, put a little anti-seize on here. Put a little inside. The arm is a bit of a press fit on the bolt, so you want to make sure you send it home. Beautiful. Nice and tight. No need for a washer, this is solid steel. We get a couple wrenches here and we'll tighten that up. I put a nylock nut on it to make sure that it didn't move once it was tightened to the correct specs. A little too tight. You want it tightened to where it's stiff, but it's not locking up. Okay, we'll call that good to go. Next thing I could do is install it. Okay, let's get that idler arm in there. A lot easier than the steering box, that's for sure. Time to tighten up the strut towers. I like to use this drawing to show me the placement and the orientation of all the front suspension parts. Okay, idler arms installed. Hooked up all the final brake lines, double checked and checked all the bolts were tight. This is the passenger side. All right, getting ready to go over and do the driver's side. Driver's side, all tightened up, cleaned up. Now I got to work on getting the brakes pumped up and fully charged. That's my next project, the brakes. Where the rust had eaten the bottom third away from the gas filler hose area where the pipe goes through and you fill your tank, it was rotted away a little bit around the bottom third. And the pipe wouldn't fit in there. It was way too loose. So I cut this out with a hole saw. Then I banged it flat, trimmed it up a little bit. Now I'm going to weld that in where the gas fill pipe goes to correct the bottom where it's rusted away. And that'll be good as new. This is the ring welded in and cleaned up. Get ready to paint it. As you can see, the brake lines are ran in, wheels are bled, brake system's good. Next is the tank. I had to get a new tank. There was a crack in the bottom of the old one. It looked pretty good, but I found a small crack.